Sorry.
Yeah. Nah, listen. Good things come to those who wait.
Definitely.
Yeah. They're not buying it.
No. Hold on. How about this? Great things take time.
Yeah, there you are. That's better.
You said the same thing in a different way.
Great art takes work.
Yes, there you go. Exactly. And the season is spectaculous.
There's always going to be a price. That's on you.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Bel-Air, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Bel-Air Season 3, Episode 1. This is the recap. Now, I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points that we saw in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. Let me know how y'all felt about Episode 1. I thought it was a great season opener. As I told you guys in my quick thoughts, early impressions, I was happy that Marlon Wayans came back to this season. We get to see his character as Lou. We get to see more development between him and his son Will, and maybe things can turn out way different than what we got in the original show. From the looks of it, I believe that's going to happen, especially if the two can sit down and have a conversation, which we know is going to happen this season just based off those trailers. So I'm hoping things turn out great for them by the end of the season. And hell, I'm hoping things turn out great for your boy Carlton, because he was on one in this episode in the sense of just being very stressed out, going through all the different motions. We know things did not turn out good for him with the whole Princeton interview. And, he's just going through a lot, right? So he can't go to his old outlet. That's why he went to rehab. But as I told you guys, he has a new love interest, Amira, and that's going to spice things up with Carlton this season, especially with him trying to recover. Trust me, this girl, she's going to be a problem. And I'm pretty sure it's some things about her that we don't know yet. But as the season continues to air out, we should find out exactly what she's all about. Now, as I told you guys on my quick thoughts, early impressions, I did not watch episode 2 or 3 yet. I'm going to watch episode 2 after I finish this recap, and then I'm going to give you the quick thoughts, and then of course I'm going to give you that recap for episode 2, and then I'm going to move to 3. So as I told you guys in the quick thoughts video, go to the comment section at your own risk, because you just may be spoiled. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably watch all the episodes. They probably binge watched it, and then they probably checked out the videos. But we're going to talk about it regardless, you know what I'm saying? But let's hop right into this recap. What did we see in episode 1 titled, Baby I'm Back? Now the episode starts out with Will and Lisa making out. They hooking up. They having a good old time. It's summer. You know what I'm saying? Will, he wants Lisa to go to Vegas with him. He got a basketball tournament, and he's trying to kick it with Lisa in Sin City. But she tells him, nah, she can't do it. She has swim practice. We know Lisa, she's a lifeguard at the Beverly Hills Country Club, right? And this is where Will is kicking it at. He's having a great time over the summer at this club. He ends up, walking into Quentin, played by Vic Manta. We know he's a businessman. He's built an empire. And of course, Will, he looks up to him, right? And he wants to get an interview to his summer program, Young, Gifted, and Black. Now, Quentin is like, okay, I see you trying to do other things besides basketball. And he's kind of surprised, but he says, you know what? I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have some more interviews or whatever, the last round of interviews. And, we can meet up and have a conversation. So Will is happy about this opportunity, but we know things, did not go as planned when the interview took place. Now, we get to your boy Carlton. I believe he's been at rehab for about a month or whatever. He's giving a speech. We know he's about to go home. We see his friend Amira, his love interest, and she's feeling him. She's been supporting him, and it seems like things are going quite well for your boy Carlton. It also seems like things are going quite well for LaMarcus and Hillary. And Hillary did state that she does not want this fairy tale to end. We talked about this in the trailer breakdown. Well, we know this fairy tale most likely will be ending. I don't know when, but something major will happen to LaMarcus, and that's going to be crucial. We don't know if LaMarcus is going to be okay or not, but eventually something's going to happen, and it's going to cause major problems for Hillary's life. And eventually, we know Hillary and Jazz, they will have their moments this season. The question is, will Hillary actually stay with Jazz when they do hook up this season, or is it a chance that things could still work out with LaMarcus if he is, recovered or he's going to be okay. In this picture right here, this is from that official trailer. So you guys, if you've been watching the channel, you already know that these two will be making out. We just don't know all the details on what's going to happen. But I'm going to tell you right now, as I told you before, don't be surprised if we see somebody's heart get broken this season. Now, we get to Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. They're doing a photo shoot. We know Essence is doing like a story on power couples, and they're asking questions about how they balance family, they're demanding careers, and of course, how do they keep the spark alive? So Uncle Phil pretty much plays it off like, look, when you got a wife that look this good, that's this sexy, it's easy. So he's not really giving no details for real. Now, Ashley and Olivia, they're watching, and Olivia's like, man, your family is perfection, right? But Ashley, she's like the truth teller of the show. She knows what time it is. She knows everybody's secrets, it seems like, and she knows what's really going on, and she knows they just putting on a front for real. Making it seem like everything is good, but deep down inside, it is some issues within the family. And those issues definitely need to be worked out, because if not, as I told you guys, it will only get worse. Now, we get to Carlton and Amira, and look, this girl, she's a freak. She trying to get those cheeks clapped. They at rehab still, but she's like, look, let's get it on. Let's get it popping, right? It's been over a month. We got to release that stress. Now, Will, Uncle Phil, and Aunt Viv, they come to pick Carlton up. So Amira, she has to hurry up and hide or whatever. Now, as Will goes into the bathroom to grab Carlton's sweater, he sees Amira in there. She's hiding. And Will is like, man, so we definitely need to be talking. We need to catch up. What's been going on this summer? And man, this is how the episode starts out. You know what I'm saying? With this going on, they pretty much just give us a small introduction of what these characters have been up to so far in the summer. Now, once they leave rehab, they go back home. We know Carlton, he sees the lock on the wine cellar, and I know deep down in his soul, he was pissed off. I know he was like, man, so they don't trust me no more. Know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't trust you either. We seen how you was looking at that wine later on in the episode. We seen how you was looking. You wanted to go up in there. You wanted to get you a drinky drink. You wanted to get it popping because you was very stressed out. But I give it to Carlton. Even though he was going through a lot, he still pulled through, because at the end of the day, if he really wanted to drink, if he really wanted to turn up for real, he could have. You know what I'm saying? It's always a way to find things that you want, and that lock ain't about to stop nobody from turning up. But that's just my opinion. Now, everybody is catching up as far as what they've been through over the summer thus far, and Will, he is trying to play it off like everything is good or whatever, not trying to really go into the details of what Carlton has been going through. But Ashley, she ain't having it. She's like, nah, I want to know the details. You know what I'm saying? What's really going on with you? What happened at rehab? Are you better? And of course, Carlton is going over some things, talking about in order to fix your issues, you have to reveal what's going on. You can't hide it or whatever. Basically, he said that you can't heal what you don't reveal. And Ashley, she looked at him and said, you know what? That's easier said than done, because we know she's still upset about him flipping out on her last season. And that whole interaction that happened last season, I mean, it actually helped Carlton reveal his truth, revealed that he was having issues with drugs and stuff like that. If that never happened, no telling where Carlton will be at right now. But he does have a conversation with Ashley later on in the episode to just, let her know how he's feeling, and that, of course, he is sorry. Now, we get to Uncle Phil, Aunt Viv. Of course, they're happy that the family is back together. And he's like, look, he trying to get it on. He trying to clap those cheeks. It's been weeks upon weeks upon weeks, and now it is time to get those cheeks. But she's like, nah, I'm tired. I got work to do. You know what I'm saying? How about when all this stuff is over, after the whole Juneteenth celebration, how about we have our own celebration or whatever, right? So Uncle Phil's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? He happy or whatever. And he's like, I guess we have to turn to one of those couples that has to schedule out sex. I'm thinking like, well, you got to do what the hell you got to do to get it popping. But even though Aunt Viv was kind of smiling at the end of the conversation, we can tell deep down inside from her body language that she's probably not really feeling it like that. That she probably don't even want to mess with Uncle Phil like that no more. Seems like she's just tired, and I ain't talking about physically, mentally, it seems like she's just tired of everything, especially this whole relationship. But as this season continues to air out, we should get more details about what's really going on. And just wait until Erica comes into the picture. It's going to spice up things a tad bit more, and I cannot wait to see it. Now, Will and Carlton, they went out to eat. They're having a good time catching up. They talk about Quentin, and his whole business thing. Carlton talks about, his potential interview with Princeton. And then as they're getting their food, we see your boy Lou. He has returned. And Will, he's surprised, like, really? So this dude, he is still here? And it seemed like he wanted to have a conversation with Will, but Will's like, hell nah. He ended up walking away. And we know later on in the episode, he had a conversation with Uncle Phil talking about, man, why is he still here? It's crazy that he's been here all this time and he hasn't even spoke up or said anything. Well, they get detailed that he has his own place. He's been working at a barbershop, basically trying to get himself together. And all that does is make Will upset. And Uncle Phil tells him, if you're going to go have a conversation with him, let us know, because we know they don't trust Lou at all. But it does seem like they're not all over Will's neck like they was back in season 1 when it comes to his pops. They're kind of, letting him figure things out. And that's all he wanted. But still, we know Jeffrey, he continued to keep tabs on Will just in case something major popped off with his pops. Now, we get the return of Ivy. She is back. They're at the influencer house. They're going over details about the trip. And Ivy can tell that Hillary, she is really feeling LaMarcus, and that Hillary is not telling her everything, right? She knows she is holding something back, right? Now in this scene, did you guys peep your girl Ivy talking about these hoes ain't loyal in reference to your boy Chris Brown, who Karuchi used to date? Now, we get to Uncle Phil and Jeffrey, and we know that Uncle Phil has a new security system. And Jeffrey's like, look, we should add more cameras outside. We should beef it up a little bit more. And Uncle Phil's like, man, you good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you get any more pictures? And Jeffrey is just concerned because he wants to protect his son at all costs. And he understands that his son coming there in the first place has alerted somebody from his past, and they can find out his potential location or whatever. We know he had issues with his old London gang, but Uncle Phil just wants him to relax. But Jeffrey's like, man, I'm not relaxing. I need to find out exactly who is, after me or whatever, who knows about my whereabouts. Once I find out that, then maybe I can relax. But right now, it ain't happening. But as I've been telling you guys for weeks, I believe the OG Jeffrey from the original show most likely will be the one that has, these problems with the new Jeffrey, because we know he is a mysterious character and he's going to have old ties to the family. So I definitely cannot wait to see once he finally pops up. Now, we get to Carlton and he gets the bad news that his interview with Princeton, it is canceled. They found out about what has happened with him, as far as the drugs and all that stuff. And he's upset, like, man, like, I'm trying to do good. I'm trying to, actually tell the truth. And it seems like the truth is hurting me, right? And Viv, she's there for him, but she's telling him, like, look, your actions, they're going to have consequences. And it's going to take, a little bit of time for people to trust you again or whatever. And she tells him that not everybody is basically just ready to jump to give him the benefit of the doubt. And he had a look on his face like, man, so she probably talking about herself. This is how she feels about me, which is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Viv ain't going no more. Even though she loves her son, she's not trusting the things that he's been, doing. And it's going to take some time for everybody to heal from what took place in the past. Now, at basketball practice, your boy Will, he's out of it, y'all. I mean, he is not mentally prepared for what's going on. All he can think about is his pops popping back up. And mentally, he is not there, right? And his game is weak right now. So y'all know Coach was all over his head telling him, what is he doing? He's slipping up. Go to the bench. We know Will is talking about, man, practice should have ended 45 minutes ago because he needs to get to that interview with Quentin. But hey, if you've been doing what you should have been doing, you would have already been gone at that interview. But man, you ain't focused right now. Now Doc wants to know what's going on with Will, but Will ain't trying to tell him the truth, but he understands that he's dealing with something. So he ends up letting him leave. He goes to the interview, but he is late. And that's the last thing that you want to be doing, being late at interviews, right? Especially with people that's looking forward to having these interviews with you, that sees a lot of potential in you, but you end up slipping up. So of course your boy Quentin is like, man, you missed your opportunity. It's over. You know what I'm saying? It ain't happening. So y'all know Will, he was all in his feelings. We know Carlton, he was all in his feelings as well because of the whole Princeton thing. Those two end up having a conversation, and it seemed like Will was more concerned about Carlton and what Carlton was dealing with than his own personal issues, which is a problem. I mean, I understand you want to look out for your cousin, but at the end of the day, you have to focus on yourself. Self-care, you know what I'm saying? You got to get your mentality right. And as Carlton told him, your game been off because of your pops is here. That's what he is thinking. And Carlton's right. He's exactly right. And we know Will, he just wants to look out for his cousin. I mean, y'all know what happened last season, so he feels real bad about Carlton, and he does not want Carlton making any more mistakes. But hey, at the end of the day, you got to go and have this conversation with your pops. You have your own issues. Now he goes to the barbershop, him and Lou, they're talking. He's like, man, why didn't you say anything? You've been here all this time. Lou told him he wanted to make sure that he had himself together. And the next time that they had a conversation, he wanted to make sure that he came correct or whatever, right? So it seemed like, Lou was just trying to, get himself on the good path. He did tell Will that his mind was not right the last time that they had that conversation. We know things did not end well. But they end up talking, and Will learns that his pops used to play basketball back in the day, and he was a beast, y'all. He was a beast. And he told Will, look, that's where you get it from. It's in your DNA because of me. And Will, he was kind of upset, like, man, I can't believe he played or whatever, because he don't want to be anything like his pops at all. But it seems like once he starts talking about basketball, Lou get real happy, talking about how Will's jumper was unguardable and all this stuff, and now he be watching all his games. He did tell Will that basketball was his way out, you know what I'm saying, out the hood. And, that's what he thought he was going to be involved in. And Will was like, man, me too. So this is where the conversation and everything kind of, hit a turn, because Lou was like, what you talking about? Will tells him, well, he has other options now. It ain't just basketball. And Lou was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of tell like he was, a little bit frustrated about that. And basically he's not wanting Will to give up on something that he feels like is in his system, is in his blood, right? But Will does have other options. Will was kind of upset that his dad was not basically, happy for him. It seemed like, Lou was more upset that he got other ways to be successful, and it's not just sports, which, that's the case. To be honest with you guys, I believe Lou was upset as well, because he is not the reason why Will has these opportunities to do better, to have other avenues, right? And we know that, Will, he is blessed. Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv, they look out for him. And Lou, he understands this. He was talking about how basically he worked for everything that he got, and he ain't looking for handouts, and he does not want his son to look for handouts, right? But I'm going to tell you right now, if Lou was in the same position that Uncle Phil was in right now, I'm going to tell you, he'll be looking out for his son. He'll be making sure that his son is good and that he has all types of different ways to get money. That's what I think it is. I think he's more upset that he's not the reason why Will is getting these other opportunities, that somebody else is giving him those other opportunities. So when it comes to basketball, Lou, he feels like the reason why Will is so good is because of him. It's like, his second life. He feels like it's in his DNA, and that is something that he gave his son and that he is good at. And this is why he does not want him to throw away basketball. He even tells him, don't be so quick to throw away something that you are. And this is why Will tells him, I didn't come here for advice, right? So they kind of end that conversation on a bad note. And, Lou told him, well, guess what? You came here. You didn't just come here to have a conversation. You came here for advice as well. So he's just happy that his son came there. And we know these two will have more opportunities to fix the relationship. I cannot wait to see it. This is probably one of my favorite scenes out of episode 1. Now, we get to Carlton and Ashley, and once again, he's apologizing, as far as what he's done. He told Ashley the things that happened last season, that incident basically helped him come out, reveal his truth, and that she saved his life. Once he opened up a little bit more to Ashley, she finally gave him a hug, and Carlton, he felt good about this. Now, Carlton and Will had another conversation. Carlton did apologize to Will because we know what happened earlier. Carlton kind of went off, telling Will he needs to focus on himself and his own issues. Now, Carlton did tell Will he will fix things with Quentin and make sure that he gets another opportunity to join that program, right? Now, Amira, she pops up, And Carlton, he is happy as hell. He introduces her to his parents. We know Viv, she ain't feeling it. She's like, man, ain't no way he should be in a relationship at this stage of recovery, right? And this is exactly what she tells Amira later on in the episode when she finds out that Amira is a repeat offender. She's like, man, hell nah. Maybe you need to focus on yourself. And Carlton, he needs to focus on his issues. So she kind of took that as, Viv telling her to back off, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what she was pretty much saying. Like, look, just back off because y'all both have your own issues. Now, Viv probably could have went to Carlton first and had a conversation about Amira or whatever before this ended up happening, but it is what it is. The only reason why she's moving like this and why she's more aggressive in season 3 is because of all the stuff that she went through with Carlton last season. So I'm just hoping that it does not, mess things up between them later on in the season. But from the looks of it, it's definitely going to be problems with Viv and Carlton, and not just those two, but other people in the family. Of course, we know Uncle Phil as well. So we're going to see how everything plays out. Now, Carlton is able to fix things between Quentin and Will. He gives a good little speech about Will and the things that they both have been through and how much Will has helped him. And, that he's a good guy for this summer program. And we know by the end of the episode, Quentin tells both of them that he still has, one last spot and he wants both of them to join his summer program. So we're going to see how everything plays out with Will and Carlton being a part of this and, how their new brand is going to develop. Now, we get to Jeffrey and we learn that his son Frederick, he is back. And we know Jeffrey, he was watching his every move, basically making sure that no one was following him or whatever. But we know this will be a major issue this season. I can't wait to see how it's going to play out as far as the old London gang popping back up on him. Now, we get to another, good part of the episode. I mean, this part had me cracking up. Hillary, we know she was jealous when Jazz walked in with another girl. And it did seem like she was trying to have a conversation with him, try to fix things or whatever. But Jazz is like, look, you's a coward, plain and simple. And Hillary, she was like, what? Like, excuse me? Like, what you talking about? He said you's a runner, you's a track star. Called her Flojo. Your boy Jazz did not give a damn. But Hillary, she said, you know what? Okay, since you want to play like that, how about this? She runs and gets LaMarcus, right? In front of everybody, she lets them know, or at least LaMarcus told them what happened as far as him, proposing to her. The two will be getting married, and they let everybody know this news right in front of Jazz. They was all happy, everybody's clapping, and Jazz, he looked sick. He was like, really? So she gonna do this? Hillary's like, well, you said I'm a runner, I'm a track star. Well, guess what? I'm gonna run back to LaMarcus. That's what I'm gonna do. And y'all know, Ashley told Jazz that she was rooting for him, but it seems like it's a little bit too late. But then again, is it too late? Because we know Jazz and Hillary, they will be making out this season. So what's going to happen? Now, we know Carlton, he goes and he has a conversation with his moms about Amira. And he wants to know why she did not just come to him first or whatever. Because we know Amira, she texted Carlton talking about his mom said they should not be friends. Now, Aunt Viv says she did not say it like that. But in all reality, Aunt Viv is just sick of all of the lies that Carlton continues to tell her. I told you guys, it's been building up from season 1, season 2, and now in season 3, she's, expressing her feelings and she's fed up. So even though it does seem like she's very upset and she has like an attitude or whatever, she keeping that pressure on Carlton no matter what. In this episode, it seemed like Uncle Phil was more like lenient on Carlton, but Aunt Viv is like, nah, like you going soft already? She ain't having it because he lied to her over and over and over again. So it makes sense on why Aunt Viv is doing the things that she's doing, and she's disappointed in her son and she ain't going. He's talking about Amara is just a friend, but y'all saw what we saw, right? They was about to get it cracking. Amira was about to get those cheeks clapped, so they more than friends. So this is what Aunt Viv is talking about. Like, man, I ain't going for it. I don't believe it. And she ended up stating that she doesn't trust herself as far as some of the things that she's done. And she's basically needing a little bit more time to heal. And of course, Carlton, he felt real bad. He's like, man, I disappointed my moms. We ain't really been talking like that. And as I told you guys, this will be a very difficult season for him. This recovery season, it's going to be tough. But I believe he's going to get through it, especially if he continues to have support. Now, if everybody keep lashing out at him in a negative way, I'm expecting your boy Carlton to eventually flip. It's just a matter of time. So hopefully he can get some positive vibes instead of, these negative vibes. But Viv did need to speak her truth. She needed to let him know how she really felt about the things that he done to her in the past. So hopefully things get better as the season continues to air out. Now, Jeffrey brings Will a box that he got from his pops. And basically it's like a box of his old basketball trophy. I think it was a basketball and stuff like that in there. Will has a conversation with Uncle Phil. He's just so upset that he's more like his dad than he was thinking. He does not want to be anything like him at all. But sometimes it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like your parents in certain ways, right? It's just in you. Now, Uncle Phil does tell Will that his pops is proud of him as far as the whole basketball thing. But we know Will was like, man, he doesn't, want me doing anything else. Like, he doesn't think I can make it in other, ways. And Phil had to tell him, well, back in our time, sports was like the only outlet for a lot of young, black males coming up. Y'all already know how it is growing up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Especially back in the day, everybody plays sports. So it makes sense on why, Lou will feel like this. But Uncle Phil does tell him it is other ways to, to be successful. We know Will was talking about college and all that stuff and how basketball is affecting that. And Phil tells him like, man, look, it's other ways to get in college. It's all in your reach. I mean, the whole thing with Quentin, the summer program, with the whole business stuff, that's another way. I mean, as far as expanding your mind. And we know since Will has been there, he's feeling like, man, my world is more bigger. He is seeing different things. When you're stuck in one spot, you're not going to see everything. But now Will is able to see that, okay, I can make it in other ways. And we're going to see that this season. Now, at the end of the episode, we see Carlton. And man, he's looking like he's had a very bad day. I'm hoping Carlton can pull through. As of right now, he did what he had to do with episode 1. We got 9 more left. We're going to see. Aunt Viv, the whole time she was up, remember at the beginning of the episode, she told Uncle Phil once everything is over with the whole Juneteenth celebration, maybe they can have their own celebration or whatever. But she was acting like she was asleep or whatever. Well, we know Aunt Viv, she is tired of everything, including Uncle Phil. And that's a major issue. We're going to see more of this issue this season, especially when Erica pops up. Just watch how Aunt Viv's energy changes even more. You think she's mad now? She's going to be even more upset if she finds out that Erica is still trying to make moves on Uncle Phil. Now, also at the end of the episode, we seen your boy Jeffrey in there hitting the punching bag, preparing himself, getting ready just in case those boys from London come popping up. And then we see Will. He was supposed to get on the bus to go to this tournament in Vegas for the whole basketball thing with Doc. But Will, he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to stay here, for the summer and, work with that whole summer program with Quentin and his boy Carlton. Carlton did tell him like, look, we really about to start our own business. Do you have any ideas? And Will tells him 1 million. So you already know they about to get it popping this summer. I cannot wait to see it. As I told you guys, this, first episode was very good. Very good season opener. I can't wait to see more of Will and his pops and how everything's going to play out within the whole family. I did like how your boy Lou told Will, you a bad boy, Will Smith, in reference to Bad Boys. I mean, y'all let me know if y'all, seen any more Easter eggs in this episode. I mean, as I told you guys, great season opener, and I cannot wait to see episode 2 and 3. As I told you guys, I'm going to give you the quick thoughts for both of those, and then I'm going to also give you guys those recaps. I should be done with the recaps by the end of Friday, so I want you guys to stay tuned for the videos. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.